One of the most important things of being a DJ is being well prepared. So, of course, you're going to have your set, you're going to have your gig, you know what's coming. But did you really do your research into the people? One thing I'm going to dive into you right now to start with immediately: Rekordbox, how to use it, how to sort your records, how to find your records, how to save your records for later, all the possibilities, all the things I go through for preparing my Tomorrowland set, my main stage sets, but also the preparation I go through for playing one of my best friend's wedding, playing an underground party with some friends, playing a Capuchon set, playing a album release party. Like if I'm going to play for some of my old school fans, I want to make sure I have everything from 2007, 8, 2009, like classics. So I think the main question that everyone has when they're going to prepare a set is, how can you absolutely make sure to kill it? And the only way to find that answer starts by figuring out your audience. So before starting with anything, like I said before, you got to know your audience. But before starting with anything, you need to define for yourself and make sure you have your business plan in mind. When did I do a good DJ set? When did when did I do a great DJ set? When did I do a legendary DJ set? This is the main question. If you can answer this question, then that means you already know how to kill it. A problem that a lot of people have, they don't aim for legendary, they aim for good. And I always say it's very simple. When I do a DJ gig, any type of DJ gig, I always aim for an 11 or 12. Unless I'm absolutely lazy, I will aim for a 10. So if I completely mess up going for the laziest set, going for the 10, I'd probably still get away with a 6.5 or a 7. You go for a triple A plus S-class, top of the line, worst thing you'll do is a B, which is usually still enough to get away with it. Now, in order to get these type of grades, or be able to grade yourself, or be able to gauge how well is the audience reacting to my music, or how happy are they, how legendary was it, the way I do it is I look at other artists that play the venue. I look at my friends' favorite music. I look at the people I'm playing for, their favorite music, their favorite artist, the headliner, who else is playing the festival, etc., 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 etc. So the easiest way and the most important thing you have to keep in the back of your mind, to get respect, to get respected for your DJing, it needs to be a combination of a few things. And I think most importantly, top of the list is something they know. Something they know. You need to come with something they know. If you start playing Aphex Twin at your friend's birthday party, unless he's like a, how you say, full-on electronic music fan, diehard, know-it-all, he's gonna go like, oh, bro, what are you doing? Like, we're just trying to have a chill birthday party. But the same thing the other way around. If you're bringing ABBA to electronica fans, you will be kicked out of the birthday party. So you got to know your audience. You got to know what they want. And you got to make sure you have what they want. When you have what they want, that's not enough. Because even if you play all night long all their favorite songs, they could do that on Spotify. So here comes personality. You give them something they know, and you add something of you, or some impeccable skill. Like if you look at James Hype, for example, he plays your favorite songs, but he does it so skillfully, it's super cool, with some samples here and there, with a little bit of snares, extra build-up, some extra effects, etc. 4 decks at the same time, very impressive from DJ perspective. But now saying you do not have this experience and these extreme DJ skills, technical skills, you can still win your crowd over with just pure track selection, proper preparation, introducing the right track at the right time, and giving them a little bit of your sneaky self, of your personality. Now, how do you go about that? So now we know, like, how can we be absolutely legendary? Again, like I said, I always aim for giving them something they love and they know, giving something they didn't know they would like, which I usually try to fill with my personality. Bringing it in a new way, bringing it in an unknown way, a new mashup, a new edit, playing A Sky Full of Stars over an acoustic version, playing an acoustic song in EDM version, switching it up, changing out the genre, putting a Taylor Swift a cappella over a dark hip-hop beat, These type of things make it very interesting. If you prepare like that, you're already 3 steps, 4 steps ahead. Then even the technical skill is not that important. The most important thing is what is the music that is coming through the speakers. Don't forget that. That's like the most important thing. What is the most important thing is the music that comes through the speakers. How you did it, they don't care. They care a little bit because, of course, you cannot go on stage and play a 1 hour pre-recorded set. By the way, I don't know anyone that does that. I know of some DJs that made like a 5-minute mashup or 7-minute mashup because of some fireworks or whatever. But I've never seen anyone go on stage and just press play for 1 hour and just go like, yeah, fake knob touching, yeah. But even then, and this is, I know it's hard for you as a DJ fan or a music fan or production fan in general to respect this. Unfortunately, the people in the crowd, 90% has no idea what we're doing. They don't. We know what a cue button is. They don't know what a cue button is. They know what a play button is. They recognize from their Walkman. But cue, I thought cue was stop. They don't know. So you go in the DJ booth, you play shuffle, repeat. They do not know about everything that works on a CDJ. They probably never heard the word CDJ or whatever you want to call it. So remember this. The music that comes through the speakers is the most important thing. This, in your preparation, will be key. Your preparation will not be dependent on saying like, I'm going to do these skills and then I'm going to figure out the music. No, your preparation key is going to be, I'm going to get this music and then I'm going to add this craziness and then I'm going to mix it together with this skill. That's the order. Unless you're such a skillful scratch DJ that you can do such cool things that people will respect whatever genre you play. Unfortunately, for most of us, this is not the case. So now knowing how to aim for legendary, there comes the next factor, knowing your audience. Like I said, key to success is knowing what your audience likes. If you're going to play in your local bar, where all your friends are going to be, figure out what your friends are listening to. Ask them to send you their favorite Spotify playlist. Play them some songs and see what they think. This type of stuff. If you are playing someone's wedding, ask what are their favorite songs. What are songs they absolutely do not want to hear. I remember I see on Instagram a woman in a wheelchair getting married, and the DJ plays When Your Legs Don't Work Like They Used To Before, which is, I think, Ed Sheeran 17, but it starts like that. Well, you don't want to start off that lyric at a wedding of a woman that just got married that's sitting in a wheelchair. When your legs don't work like they used to before. Okay, so research. Same thing when you're playing a nightclub, research. What are the other acts that are playing there? Who are the acts that are getting booked right now? What are the acts that are selling out? What type of music do they play? And trust me, I do the same thing. When I play a gig, no matter where I play a gig, if I'm playing a gig in Jakarta, if I'm playing a gig in China, if I'm playing a gig in Austin, Texas, if I'm playing a gig in New York, I always check out the scene. What is the scene like right now? What are their favorite songs? What are the biggest dance streaming songs? What are the things that are getting the most hype on YouTube in that location? I saw, for example, in San Francisco, Fisher sold out 25,000 tickets at the Cow Palace. I did not know Tech House was so big in San Francisco. Definitely take note. Next time playing in San Francisco, bring some cool Tech House edits. Bring maybe a Tech House Afrojack remix. Maybe do a Tech House remix of a Taylor Swift song. Maybe do an Afrojack remix of a Fisher song. It doesn't matter, but at least try. And even if it's not great, it will be interesting enough for the people on the dance floor to listen and like, hey, what is this? This is interesting. I don't care about this DJ, but I love Fisher. I'm very interested to hear this edit or remix that you did of this guy. So with this you can, how you say, it's a lot of thinking, and people don't think about this consciously, but they will respect you for trying, you know? I have a lot of artists that I see online and they're DJing or they're making mixes, and I'm like, I don't like this song, but I love the way he mixed it. Or the other way around. Wow, that's a terrible mix, but that's such a great idea, you know? So I think it's very important. Know your audience, know what you're expecting, know what stage you're playing, know the guy playing after you, know the guy playing before you, know the people that are going to be on the dance floor. And if you cannot figure out the people on the dance floor, at least make sure you know the promoter or you know the club owner or whoever books you there, you know what he likes. So at least you're going to make someone happy. Now, I know there's also the story of F the audience, I'm me, I'm a producer, I do exactly this. This is possible. You can do this as a performing producer or performing artist, but it's not what DJing is about. The disc jockey is literally the guy that gets booked to make the party. So your responsibility, if you want to consider yourself as DJ, it's your responsibility to make the party. Your top priority is to make the party. Secondary priority is to represent yourself as an artist. I played shows where I played Takeover Control, or I would play No Beef, and there would be 50, 60-year-old people in suits looking at me like, this is what it's supposed to be about. It's like, my God, good thing I have this Kesha TikTok mashup. Saved me. Good thing I have this Queen Bohemian Rhapsody with Fisher Losing It mashup. Saved me. Good thing I have this Celine Dion. I didn't even have a Celine Dion mashup. I actually played the original at that one event. But end of the day, I figured out a way to make the 25, 30-year-olds at that party happy. Make the 15-year-old kids that were dancing around there happy by playing their favorite TikTok songs. And at the same time, implementing all of it into signature Afrojack sound. So that even if there would be a diehard fan there, it's like, ooh, wow, he fixed that nicely. So this was a very extreme example, and this rarely happens. But I'm saying you have to be ready. You have to be as ready as you can be. You playing in New York, play some Bobby Shmurda. You playing LA, play some West Coast in the house. Play some Dr. Dre, play some Eminem. You don't have to play a full song. You can even play a sample right before the drop. It's the D-R-E. West Coast, make some noise. It's super simple, like tiny, tiny things that make people see like, hey, he thought of us. They will appreciate it. I go to Indonesia, say apa kabar. It means how are you in Indonesian. It's the tiniest trouble I can take to figure out how to say how are you in the country that I'm playing. In Switzerland, we geht's dir, or at least in Germany, I know Swiss is a little bit different. In Japan, genki desu ka? How are you? It's the same thing. And it gets appreciated so much. If I play the Tokyo Drift soundtrack in Japan, even if it's just a little theme, club goes crazy, festival goes crazy, ultra goes crazy. Tiny things. So try to figure out what you can do by doing your research special for your audience. If you live in Ireland, figure out some good old Irish folk song that all your Irish friends knows, play it in a little snip, loop it, and drop a crazy tech house beat or whatever your friends are going for. But this is how you make yourself better than the other guy. And this is the difference between becoming a successful DJ or being stuck in a back corner somewhere. If you make great mixes that are way better than all your competitors, you will become successful. If you look at James Hype, I know a lot of people that can play with 4 decks at the same time. I know a lot of people that can plan hot cues and loop and do all these cool tricks. I don't know anyone that's trying so hard to make sure something happens every 30 seconds. James Hype did something every 30 seconds, and if nothing was happening, he made sure to show everyone he was using 4 decks. It's like, when I looked at it the first time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny, that's so cheesy. I can do that, but I didn't, because I was lazy. He did it, and his career went from nothing to everything. He's not one of the most outstanding producers in the world. Like, he's good, but he's not Chris Lake. He's not, how you say, any of these other legendary producers that have been producing for 20 years. He's good. He might be that good someday. But right now, he's a guy that is just getting the hand of producing and doing very well. Gets a few hits, gets a few Beatport number ones. But the main thing that he's doing is he's doing it. And he's promoting it. And he's giving away a mashup if you buy his record on Beatport. Like, he's doing the promotion, he's doing the marketing, he's doing more than his competitors are doing. That's the reason why he is on the main stage and others aren't. And then you can complain, like, I could do it too, but you didn't. You didn't stream every other day during COVID. You are not streaming now every day. And this is the thing I keep saying. If you do something great, above expectation, good enough for people to call their friends and say, like, oh my God, you should check this out, and you do it consistently, a lot, people will go like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. Not just once, not just twice, but even 3 times. He's still amazing. So that's what I'm saying. You have to aim for 12. When you're looking at your audience, you have to over-prepare. You have to go next level. When I play in Boston, I will play Shipping Up to Boston. I don't know how big of the song I will play. I might make a mashup, I might make an edit, I might just play the original song. But I will play that song. When I play Ultra Miami, I will find a vocal that says, this is Miami, or Miami makes some noise, or I'm in Miami, babe. Whatever. But I will do something especially for the location. I will do something especially for the audience. When I'm playing an Afrojack solo show, like I did a 6-hour set at Brooklyn Mirage, without peeing, by the way, that was pretty impressive, 6 hours. I played the Bang Duck original. I play unreleased IDs from 2010 because I know there are going to be, in those 6,000 people, there's going to be 100 people that know me from 10 years ago, from 12 years ago. Like, oh my God, he played that song from back in the day. Of course, it needs to sound like it still fits in the current sound, but you think about them. You think about the people that have never seen you before, that really want to hear Take Over Control. You play it for them, you know? Do you think I get excited about playing 10 Feet Tall again, after 10 years, again, the same song? No, but I get excited for them. I have to appreciate their excitedness. I have to think about the people that come to see me. It's my responsibility to give them the best experience I can possibly provide them. Now, if you mix that with figuring out how you can do that for a few hours every time before your set, you will be excellent. And now we get to, again, so first part was, when is something good, when is something great, when is something amazing, when is something excellent? 2, your audience. You have to know your audience. Very important. And I think the third part, again, is still going back to the first part. When is something good? When is something great? When is something excellent? It's really motivating yourself to try and be excellent. Because even at the smallest function, even at the smallest party, there could be one promoter of a very big festival that just happened to have a drink. There could be a booking agent assistant that just happens to be there to hang out. Because everyone always thinks about the music industry like a magic place where everyone that works there is in a certain high level caliber of society. They're not. First of all, they're not. But second of all, even the promoter of Ultra Music Festival, the promoter of EDC, the promoter of Tomorrowland, the owner of Tomorrowland, they have a few people around them that they trust. Say 20 people that they trust. Those 20 people are probably also pretty high up in the music industry, but they also have people that they trust. And I can tell you, the people that they trust are not that high up in society, only going to exclusive events. Those are people scouring the world for cool music. They're in it fully for the passion. They don't have a business model. They just love the music. These people might be at the gig you're playing. These people might be at the club. These people might have friends that were at the club where you're playing. So now if you're playing an almost empty club with 10 people, but you're playing 4 decks, you're using FX, you're playing stuff that's built for the crowd or for the location that you're playing in, you're doing some cool DJ tricks, you have a super broad music selection that is Also current music, but also very cool underground music that they didn't expect you would know. That guy might say like, yo, I was in this club, some weirdo I never heard about was playing, but oh my god, was that ridiculously good. You should check him out. That's how it happens. It does not happen from playing the right place at the right time. You get to the right place at the right time by accidentally being at a random place at a random time where you randomly found someone. This is why consistency is so important. That's why you always have to try and be great. When I play my Capuchon set at Ultra to warm up, when I play my Capuchon set at Tomorrowland, at a hidden stage, at a hidden party unannounced, I will always try to bring music that they didn't know I know. I will try to give them sounds that they never heard before. I try to give them their favorite songs in a way they never heard before. It's like, oh my god, he's playing that song, but I never heard it in this way. That's so interesting, you know? So you always have to aim for excellence. That's my third point. Even though we already talked about it in the first point, when are you good? When are you great? When are you excellent? Third point, always aim for excellent and figure out how you can be excellent. Final example I want to give you for an example of achieving excellence. We have a lot of artists signed to Wall. One of the artists recently, or not recently, during COVID did a DJ set. And he did it like he got a drone and he went outside and he did a DJ set. And he played some tech house music, played one or two of his own records and 20 records, existing records of people. He didn't play them in a special way. He didn't play any acapellas over it. He didn't use any samples. He didn't do any crazy loops. He didn't do any 4 decks at the same time. He didn't play any of his own edits. He played those 2 songs of himself. Out of one was already out and the other one was like, it wasn't really finished. So now I told him, it's like, listen, you want to be excellent? Get that drone guy again. Get your friend to film you. It doesn't matter. But make the music ridiculous. Get an edit of the latest Taylor Swift song, but make it fit exactly in your genre. Even if it's sarcastic. I'll give you another example of someone who's been building like that completely along the way. Crank That. A very big guy in dubstep. Exploded like skyrocketed over the last year. One thing he did, he went and remixed everything. He remixed Taylor Swift, sarcastically, but still he remixed Taylor Swift. And he put it on Instagram and he shouted it and he made a nice little video edit on it. And then he posted it twice and then he posted it 3 times. And then he made a remix of the next big song. And he will probably make a remix of the latest Billboard #1. And he will probably make a remix of the next Billboard #1. But it's a constant quest for relevance. And that he mixes that with his own very cool underground originals. Super simple. So I tell the artists here at the label exactly the same thing. You say like, the agents aren't interested in me or the promoters aren't interested in me. They don't know you. They don't know your excellence. And if you go say, yeah, this is me, and here's 20 tracks of other people and I'm playing them, no one cares. But if your track list is, say you're artist in a suitcase, suitcase 1, suitcase ID, suitcase remix Taylor Swift, suitcase Loco Dice remix, suitcase Solomon remix, suitcase Crank That remix, suitcase Taylor Swift remix, again, another suitcase ID, bro. And it sounds like now you made sure you developed your sound to be as strong as is necessary to compete with the top. Everyone's going to be sold on you very instantly. You're going to see very quick success. But remember, your excellence is not measured on, oh, I've only been doing it for 3 months. Your excellence is measured on, it is excellent. So don't judge yourself on being a beginner. Judge yourself to your favorite artist. Judge yourself according to your peers. You have to remember, you say like, I want to play main stage, or even if you want to play clubs, you are competing with the James Hypes. If you want to even get a warm-up slot in front of James Hype, even if you want to get a warm-up slot at the local bar, you need to be as impressive as James Hype. You need to sell yourself as impressive as James Hype. You need to sell yourself as impressive as Sonny James Ryan Marciano. There's so many DJs in the world that present themselves in the right way. They don't have a single. I don't have a single. I don't even remember my latest single. It doesn't matter. When I get on stage, I will give you 13 effort. Worst case scenario, I will give you 11 effort. So it could not be worse than a 6.5 at the end game, you know? Like, wow, that guy really tried. Wasn't his best set tonight, but at least it was interesting. Go for that. Go for the 11, go for the 12, go for the 13. Be the best you can be, and it will get appreciated. That's part 3 of preparation. We're going through Rekordbox. I haven't even touched Rekordbox yet because we're not there yet. We are at the point, which is the most important before you open any type of software. I'm going to go for 13. Once you have the mindset of, hey guys, tonight we're going for 200%, we're going to get a great 13, then you open Rekordbox. And then we get into the next chapter.